just my passion for baking has given me the ability to see the detail and point it out and I guess catch something that I may think is wrong, that somebody else might see something wrong, but I can catch it before it leaves the kitchen. I have leader qualities, but I'm a very quiet person, so I don't know, I've got good ideas, I work well with people, I usually get along with most people. Like I said, I'm very quiet, so for me to stand up and kind of take charge, I usually don't do, but I always put forth my effort and put forth the ideas. I always help the group. I don't have a favorite food. I originally got into culinary, baking and pastry, when I started with cake decorating, so it's probably the most fun to work with. But after being here for a year, it's made me want to explore all the aspects of it. So I love to bake, but baking is a science. And actual culinary is you can throw things together and make it taste good, and I cannot do that. And I would love to be able to, but I love to cook. I can follow a recipe and have fun with it, but my fundamentals class terrified me. Like, I had a great teacher, but I was terrified. I was so afraid to fail the class. I ended up getting the highest grade at the end of the quarter on our final. We did knife skills, and then we had our regular recipes, anywhere from beef, chicken, we did a little fish. But yeah, our final was we had to truss a chicken and then cut it up, and we had to do, what was it, carrot or a vegetable, and then potatoes. And everything was cooked well, everything was presented well, so I ended up getting a really good grade. Just giving me the opportunities to work with things I haven't been able to outside of here. I guess giving me the strength to do a little more in the kitchen as far as just regular cooking goes. Still can't throw together spices and have it taste good. I'm a little afraid to try even, but I know I'm a good worker, and I think I know well enough things I've been taught here, so to go out and find a job, I think I'm confident enough to do it. No, actually, I didn't decide to do culinary until probably 2 or 3 weeks before I applied. So high school, or right after high school, I went to school for massage therapy. Did that for a little while, ended up dropping out of that, worked for 2 years, and realized I had to go back to school or I was going nowhere. So I started taking classes, cake classes, at the craft store down the street, and realized this is what I wanted to do. I had grown up baking and stuff with my mom, so I don't know, I just took the class and I loved it. So I got online, applied here. It's kind of my first choice, well, first place I looked, but it was close to home. It was, it just kind of worked out. My first career choice growing up, I wanted to be an architect. So I went from that, and then I got to high school and I started taking art classes. Ended up not having enough art credits to go into architecture, but my junior and senior year I took photography classes. So I've always loved art, always loved to draw. Never great, but I like my stuff. So I don't know, I had friends who would ask me for a massage during our free period. So they're all like, you're so great, you need to do this. And so I went into that after school. I liked it, but the anatomy was hard. So I don't know, so that's why I gave up on that. But I don't know, the cake classes were fun. I decorated a cake, just made buttercream icing, Italian buttercream. We actually, I keep saying we.
That's okay, it shows you're team-oriented, right?
Well, it's usually a class project. It's usually all together. We usually all do the same thing. Right. But you take sugar and water and boil it down, bring it up to 240, and then you whip egg whites together to a soft peak, just like you'd make meringue, and then you pour in the sugar, the hot sugar, and let that mix. And then when it cools down some, you add butter to it, and then flavoring, and just bring it all together. And then I decorated my cake. I took art classes in school, and I did photography. And at one point I did think of doing photography as a career, but the more I looked at all of the other arts that I had done, they seemed like they were hobbies. And if I had pursued them as a career, they would be more of a job than a career. It would be more work than fun. So, I don't know, when I found this, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it would be work. Like, I like to bake, I like to cook, with massage, my brother asked me to give him a massage and I can't stand doing it. I don't want to. So, it's like everything else up to now has been just work. And this is fun. If I made enough money to just live comfortably, I would rather do that than make a ton of money and hate what I did. I would not want to get up for work every day. So, yeah, I'd take the pay cut for the happiness. I think it's a little bit of all of them, but I think to make it fun, yeah, I would choose lifestyle. For me to get up every day and go to work and be doing what I love to do, and I would make it a lifestyle.